Welcome everyone. Welcome to this video. I'm Karen, and today I'm going to give you 7 tips to transform obesity into a beautiful reality. So I hope you'll stick around and enjoy this video and learn how it can transform your life. Just by taking actions on the things and implementing the things that I am going to share with you here today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So 7 tips. So number 1 is to control your thoughts and your emotions, right? Put into practice new habits that are upbeat and positive. That always helps us. When we feel uplifted, we feel in a positive mood. We always do much better, with picking making the right choices, the correct choices for our food intake, or maybe wanting to get some exercise and things like that. So correct yourself when you think thoughts that are not aligned with positive thinking. And replace the words you choose that are not positive vibes. So a lot of times we find ourselves, when we are obese, we find ourselves, cutting ourselves down all the time, looking in the mirror and saying mean things to ourselves or bad things to ourselves. And when you really start to love yourself deeply, you really can start to say really good things to yourself, even though you may be a little overweight, or you may have, flabby skin, or whatever the situation may be. Then you can start to change those words, and you start to believe those new words, and it gives you the motivation behind it and the purpose behind it to change the things that you don't really care about yourself, you don't like about yourself or whatever. You can start to reverse that whole effect, right? And the more you show love to yourself, the better success you will have with weight loss. So you want to really be willing to take the time that is necessary to work on yourself, to focus on yourself, not so much in the outside world. The outside world, sure, you still have to have relationships and friends and different things like that, but really start to fine tune and really focus on what's important. And that is your weight loss, right? That is important to you. It is important to you to bring your energy back, to bring your health back, to maybe be able to have more mobility within yourself than you've had before, right? I know, 2 years ago, I was so overweight, I was not able to get outside and walk and to work in my garden and to think about all the things that I wanted to do and to implement. I thought about them, but it's like I didn't have the motivation, I didn't have the strength, and I didn't feel good, right? So once you start to do a little bit more for yourself, you start to feel better. Then the more you can do as time goes on, right? So number 2 tip is to be grateful for the small changes you have already made in your weight loss journey. So be grateful for watching this video that can help inspire you to do better and to do more for yourself. And be thankful you are wanting to take care of yourself more than you ever have, and to watch your calories, for example. It all starts with wanting it, right? It has to be a deep desire to want to be more fit. It has to be a deep yearning inside of you to want to feel better. It has that burning desire to want to be healthier has to be stronger than the lack of, right? The lack of, you have to want it. You have to really have that burning desire to want fitness, want good health, want to look thinner, everything like that. You have to want it, right? And you have to somehow get that desire to weigh more than where you are right now, maybe where you feel stagnant, you feel lost, you feel unmotivated, you feel you have less energy and all of that. So that burning desire, you have to build that burning desire within yourself to want better for yourself, to want a beautiful reality, right? To make it all come true, right? It's not just a dream or a thought anymore. It's actually you putting in the effort daily to want it to transpire, right? So then number 3 is to take action in the area you feel will best serve you. If that be spiritual, faithful thoughts, prayer, meditation, journaling. So speak out loud to yourself what you want to accomplish, or write out your goals and be motivated and bold to release your thoughts to the outer world. That doesn't mean that you have to release them to someone or to write them down and to give them to someone. This is your personal experience. You don't have to share it with anybody. So you can just write it out to get it from out of you, out of your feelings, out of your brain, out of your head, out of your chest, or your stomach, where you hold all these emotions, and to get it out on paper, to get it from inside you, out of you. So it starts to become a reality, because if you're just thinking it, you're just like watching, coach to coach and watching videos, and you're not like implementing anything. You're not bringing that reality to yourself. You're not bringing that reality to your home site. You're not doing any work to bring it to yourself, right? You have to be able to express that you want that, right? For it to come to futration, or whatever you say it. I can't say it. Futration. You have to want it for yourself. So you have to do the work to bring it to yourself. So remember your life's purpose and why you want to lose the weight. Plan out your strategy of how you plan to get the weight off step by step. So what is your strategy? How do you plan to improve your strategy? Have a plan. Have someone or some way that you can start implementing a plan that is going to work for you, whatever you feel is best for you. So number 4 is to raise your energy and vibration to help you get the results you want. So sometimes you can just kind of feel that your energy isn't where it should be to get the results that you want, right? And maybe some of this that you're just, starting to plan out, or you're starting to journal, or you're starting to meditate or pray, things like that. So you can raise your energy by doing some of these things. And you can also light a candle and pray. You can run some water, just really softly in the background, drip some water, run some water, and do a light meditation. You can play music and dance that raises your vibration. You can close your eyes and visualize the thinner you and how it would feel to be at your goal weight. What would that feel like? What would it mean to you to be at your goal weight? What would it mean to you? How would it change your life? I can't express enough how losing the 40 pounds has improved my life, right? Now I go for, long walks and long hikes. I can work in my garden. This year I did a ton of cleaning, organizing, and decorating for Christmas. I didn't have the energy for the last few years. I didn't have the energy to hardly put into Christmas, right? I didn't decorate a whole lot. I went out hiking for pine cones and for straw flowers and for greenery and pine tree clippings, and brought those all inside and decked my house out with all of this decorations, redid my mantle, redid beautiful arrangements around my home. I didn't have the energy to do that a couple years ago. And now I'm doing more and more of it, right? So I'm going through closets and I'm cleaning. I'm getting rid of clutter. I just did my clothes closet yesterday. Yeah, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday. And I got like 2 garbage bags full of clothes out of there that I'm going to try to resell. And I mean, it was just, and then I got 1 bag of garbage. You know, a lot of my paint clothes from working at my Airbnb where we remodeled and painted and all that. And I ruined like, I don't know, 5 or 6 sets of clothes. And it's like, you know what? I'm not keeping those, and just let them go, right? And if I start a new project, I'll start with new paint clothes, you know? So just, I'm not holding on to it, right? So make sure that you are letting go of some of these things, you know, bringing this all to reality in your house, you know? So let's see. So number 5, correct your behavior. So we're all human, right? We all have at times bad behaviors. I choose over the holiday weekend or whatever, I chose some really awful food. I'm going to just fess up. I'm human, you know. I love my sweets. I love my baked goods. And a lot of my baked goods I did make with made sugar-free. But some of them I didn't, right? And I am human too. And I have where I just love the smell of baked goods. I love baked stuff. And I have to really, really watch it, right? So right after Christmas, I packaged it all up and I put it in the freezer. So now I've been making little trays to take to my friends and things like that. So to get rid of it, you know, so it's not around here and I'm going to be wanting to, you know, devour it, you know. So anyway, but yeah, we all are human. We all make mistakes. We all make bad choices at times. And what you want to do is to start learning from those, right? Start learning that, you know, if you have that stuff sitting around that you're going to make a wrong choice because it's just right in front of you. So, you know, you out of sight, out of mind, you know, you want to put it away, get rid of it just so it's out of sight and you can do much better. Now for me, I didn't have that urge when I didn't have sugar, and I was having imitation sugar and I wasn't eating anything sugary. It was easy for me to like overlook some of the sweets that my husband has around the house, right? It was easy for me to not get into them, and I didn't. I was really good about it. But once you break that cycle, and I went for like a year and didn't have that, and then I had a little bit over the holiday, then it's hard to break the cycle of the sugar. So you have to really, you know, you have to slowly get out of that, right? You have to be able to tell yourself no. You have to be able to tell yourself that you have other alternatives. If there's, you know, some sort of a sweet that you want, you have a sugar-free version that you could have that's much more healthier. And you can walk yourself and talk yourself out of these bad things, right? So that's what I did. I had to wean myself off of the sugar and all of that. So it's going to be the same thing for you. If you're used to eating a lot of sugar and, you know, you're used to buying a lot of that different stuff, it's going to be harder for you to wean off of it. It takes a few days to get like your head back in gear and want to lose weight and want to avoid those things. And sugar is very addictive, so it takes a while to start replacing it with other sugars, a natural sweetener, imitation sweetener, whatever it may be, but that's how it works. It is very addicting, and I've been really, really good about it until Christmas hit, and then Christmas hit, and then I got a little bit, I'm not going to say bad, but I did overindulge for sure. So now I have to back off and I have to do much better. And I am feeling much better and doing much better. And another thing with me is I was staying up really late at night making Christmas ornaments, decorating, baking, all this stuff around the holidays. I'm trying to get my schedule back on track because now my mind, finally I had a good night's sleep last night and got to sleep at a decent, it was 12:30, but before I was staying up until 3 in the morning during the holidays and all of that, and then sleeping in really late. So I'm trying to get back on track where I go to bed way earlier, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and get up much earlier so I can get my exercise going earlier. It works out better for me. I feel better when I get up in the morning and I hit the track running or walking, you know, and it just works out better for me because my days are sometimes busy. And if I don't get my walk in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, I may have clients or calls or different things like that I can't get my second little workout in, or my first workout in if I didn't walk in the morning, you know. So I have to make sure that I get up earlier and I start a really early day. And I love it when you wake up early and the house is quiet, you have time to think, reflect, and all of that, and you can get your exercise in before anybody else gets moving, and you just spend that time with yourself, that inner connection, and it just feels so good to me. And you have a much longer day. You have so much more of a day than when you get up I was getting up like at noon, and I'm like, what in the heck is going on? And I just couldn't sleep. And I think a lot of it was eating the sugar, and also chocolate really affects me. So I have to be careful how much chocolate I use. Like if I use chocolate in my smoothie in the morning, like if I make a spinach smoothie and I use chocolate, spinach and banana smoothie, or spinach and whatever smoothie, and I put chocolate in there, or a breakfast brownie and I put chocolate in there, and then I have a decaffeinated coffee throughout the day, and then if I maybe have some other little chocolate, something, even if it's sugar-free, something else chocolatey, I'll be awake all night long, you know. So I have to really be careful. My body is very sensitive to foods. It's very sensitive to all kinds of different things. So I have to be careful. And so now that I realize this, that now I'm having this issue with chocolate, I have to really watch, right? But when I am back on my, you know, doing the things that I do, I don't have too much because I really try to watch it. So you want to correct your behavior. And if you talk bad to yourself, start finding new words to tell yourself. So if you start looking in the mirror and you start saying, you know, bad things or not so nice things about yourself or to yourself, you want to start replacing those words that you're saying with positive words. You want to start really showing yourself. So it goes from here. You show yourself, you know, that you are loving yourself more. You are beginning to get to the stage where you're changing your thoughts, your inner talk, your chatter, and let it be more positive. And it can help you on your journey with weight loss. And if you make bad choices with food, make bad choices, maybe you feel stuck or unmotivated, start some small movements. So if you make bad choices, start correcting those bad choices with better choices. And then, maybe you can if you feel stuck, you can start in some small ways to get motivated. If you feel unmotivated, you can start in some small ways to start motivating yourself. So then number 6, you can bring about change for yourself and make weight loss your reality by getting plenty of rest to have the energy to focus on your actions. That's like what I was talking about. You have to get enough rest to be able to concentrate and focus on yourself to make the right food choices, to have the energy to count your calories, to have the energy to get some exercise. Even if you start exercising in some small segments to get started. Even if you work out for, say, 7 minutes, if you go for a walk for 7 minutes, if you have a flight of stairs in your house and you go up and down the stairs for 7 minutes, if you have enough room in your house where you can walk 7 minutes, if you can just put on some music and dance for 7 minutes, or start walking and marching in your house for 7 minutes. Do something for about 7 minutes just to get things moving, to get started in exercise. And if you don't have enough mobility where you're sitting in a chair, start moving your legs for 7 minutes. Start moving your legs, start moving your arms, start doing some sort of movement for 7 minutes. And it will change the way you start feeling, and where you feel like you're getting started. You're taking the initiative. You're getting started. You want this for yourself, right? Another thing you can do is to organize your kitchen and your food storage places to get you in the mood to plan your food better. So that really helped me. I organized all of my dishes. I found some smaller bowls than the bigger bowls I was making cereal in and sweet cereals in before I even started my diet plan. And I now use smaller bowls. I use smaller plates, smaller glasses, different things like that. And then I started to organize my food. You can see in my video that I posted last week of how I was organizing my healthy food, right? I was organizing my nuts and my protein powder and stuff like that. Have it all in one easy location where you can go to get it to prep your food, right? To get your food going. So that really helps me, because when your kitchen is a mess, you don't know where anything is. It's very hard to want and to have the energy or motivation to get in there and cook. So clean up after yourself each time. If you make a recipe, make sure that you do dishes right along with making the recipe. That way you don't come back to a whole tub of dishes, right? And just start taking the initiative to do better for yourself. And then when your kitchen is clean, you have all the more motivation to go in there and to make a nice meal for yourself, to care about what the portion sizes are, to care about what plates and bowls and things that you're using, to worry about your portion size, and to really start counting your calories so you know how much food you're intaking, right? And it can help you so much. And then number 7 is to give yourself more love than you ever have. So a lot of times when we find ourselves struggling with obesity, we really have not had the time to love ourselves fully and to really have a deeper love for ourselves. We love everybody on the outside. We love our husbands, our partners, our kids, and, all of this stuff, our friends and things like that. But sometimes we can become overshadowed by busyness, or, sometimes, I'm running businesses, and sometimes before I've slowed my days down so much, and it works so much better for me. I feel happier, way less stressed, and I have the time to worry about my diet and my health. And before, I was just running straight fast forward, and I didn't have time to love myself, to think about myself and things like that. So now I am loving myself more than ever, saying really good things to myself, and looking in the mirror and seeing a whole different person than I was, and wanting more for myself, wanting to be smaller than I am now, and wanting to lose more weight. So I would kind of say that this is kind of the second go around for me. It's like the first time I lost the 40 pounds, and I needed time to just get stronger. I needed to bounce back from my illnesses and to get stronger within myself. Now I feel strong, right? And now it's like, okay, now I'm ready to take off that other 25 or so pounds. So it's kind of like the second breath for me, I would say, to fighting this thing and to really get the results that I'm looking for, and I want for myself. And, and I love it. I wouldn't do anything any differently. And I just, I am grateful that I was able to focus on myself and to lose the 40 pounds. I'm grateful that I had the time to rearrange my schedule and to work things out that is better for me. That was huge. And to start taking the time to love myself more, and it really makes a difference. And it really, when I started showing myself more love in the mirror, I started showing and talking to myself more lovely, more appreciative of all the things that I accomplish in a day. That means something to me. It doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but for me, I love to accomplish things and get shit done. And so when I was able to start speaking to myself and telling myself all the things that I really am good at, and all the things that I have talents in, and creativity, and design, and running businesses, and doing all these different things, when I really started to show myself more love personally, like, telling myself that I am loved, and telling myself that I'm doing really good, and I can do this, and just telling myself and building myself up, and looking in the mirror at myself and telling myself how much I want this, how much I want to feel better. I not only want to feel better for me and for my life, I want to be here for a long time for my kids, my grandkids, things like that. And when you start speaking all of this and you see yourself visually speaking to yourself, it has a huge impact on your life. And that's when I really started to drop the weight. When I was able to come to truth with myself, and to be able to give myself more love, and to start taking more time with myself, that's when it all kicked into gear for me. That's what happened with me. And the weight started coming off. And every day I was losing a pound, losing a pound, losing a pound, losing a pound. And it's like, this is it, And that's what really started the ball rolling. And so you want to show yourself how much you care for yourself by soaking your feet, polishing your nails, putting on makeup, going for a massage, things like that. Your feet have a lot to do with your overall health, and I take really good care of my feet. And I always have, and I, put lotion on them. I, keep my toenails clipped. I polish my toenails. And I, think that has a lot to do with your health, is if you can start soaking your feet, taking good care of your feet. If they're dry, if your heels are cracked, start putting some Vaseline on them, start putting some lotion on them. Take really good care of your feet. Always watch your feet. Especially if you're diabetic or something like that, if you have tingling in your feet, back off on the sugar, make sure that you are always watching your feet, and that you, are soaking them, taking good care of them, keeping them healthy. And that will go a long way for you. And then look in the mirror at yourself and tell yourself how much you love and want to be good to yourself. That was so huge for me, and that's when the table turned for me. That's when it really started to become a reality for me, because I saw myself losing more and more weight, and it can have the same impact on you. And you want to just love yourself and be good to yourself. I tell you guys, I love you all the time, and there's people out there that love you more than I love you, because I don't even know you, but I still love you. I love you as my sister and my brother, and, you have to feel that love. You have to feel it, and once you start feeling it for yourself, the outside love doesn't feel so important when you start to really take a good look at yourself, and fine tune, the things that you can change, and to get started in changing those things. And the little things that you do for yourself is huge compared to not doing anything for yourself ever. Always looking at the outside world with everybody else's chatter and what everybody else is doing, and not taking good care of yourself. That is neglect for yourself, right? And sure, we all get busy. We all get displaced. Excuse me. But you have to really, you have to sink into it. You have to sink into loving yourself more. So each day you can start growing towards your future smaller self, bring about change, and make your reality a beautiful process for major transformation. And you could, even if you are way, way, way overweight, you can have huge transformation. And you want to do it healthy. You want to do it in a healthy way. You don't want to take diet pills and all this stuff people want to throw at you. You want to do it the right way, and that's by cutting meals, counting calories, and getting a little bit of exercise. And it's by really cutting out the sodium, cutting out the sugar, and having someone that can guide you in that direction in a good, healthy way. And start taking your vitamins, start taking your your multivitamin, maybe some supplements and stuff like that. Whatever you can do. And I would suggest anybody who wants to really lose weight and really do it wholeheartedly and 100%, and you're way overweight, to check with your doctor. Make sure that you can take supplements. Make sure that if you're on a ton of medicine or something like that, that you're able to start, getting the exercise. Because I know when I was on some medicine before, when I was on a high blood pressure medicine, they didn't want me to exercise. My blood pressure was so high, and so you have to be willing to do what's good for you. The medicine didn't make me feel good. I felt like I was going to fall over and croak. It just didn't work for me. I'm very sensitive to a lot of things, but trying to explain that to the doctor, it doesn't always get you the best results for me. It didn't for me anyway. And I had to slowly back off of some of that and to really start focusing on my diet and my exercise to get back my strength and to get back, so I felt a lot better. So you will begin to be another person, the way you think and take action to be a more positive person and love yourself more deeply. I really do feel like a different person compared to the person I was when I was way overweight. I saw someone in the mirror that I didn't even recognize. I'm starting to recognize myself now, but I still have a ways to go. And it's a journey, and it's a lifestyle. It's something that I can never give up. It's something that I have to do for the rest of my life. So if you're with me, it may be the same way for you, because if you struggle with obesity, it's not just some sort of a diet that you can go on and go off of. It's a plan that needs to be incorporated in your mind and your heart, and to be able to use it throughout the rest of your life. Not just, here today, gone tomorrow type thing. It's a lifestyle that you have to implement and to start using for longevity, for long term. Sure, we may get off course at times with the holidays and different things like that, but it's something that you have to automatically get right back on, and if you struggle with obesity and you pick up weight easily, it's something that you have to just constantly do. It's something that you have to get used to doing. And once you get your meals situated and you're able to cut back on some calories because you're losing weight, and you can start cutting back on the calories that you're intaking daily, you really get a sense of, okay, this is like what I deserve, what I belong, where I belong, and I know how much I can have now, and I know what foods I can choose now. I know how much of the food I can choose, and it becomes easier, right? It becomes easier when you start weighing and you start learning the different calories. You can make your meal without having to do that. Then you can sit down and write it down, everything that you just ate, and then go and just put in the calories, it becomes a little bit easier for you. And then, so I just want to say that if you are looking for transformation, it can happen to you, but you have to have a step-by-step plan to be able to do that. And a little bit of guidance can help you overcome a lot of these issues. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. So if you like the content here, please go ahead and like and subscribe. I would really love to have you around. I would feel honored to have you subscribe to my channel, and I really would appreciate it, of course. And I love coming on here and helping you guys, because it was not something that something that I just dreamed about. It was something that really came into reality for me. It was some sort of a transformation that happened to me. This is all my personal experience. This is real life. This is truth. And it's not some diet pill to get on, or some sort of a weight loss plan that just is, just kind of out there, and you have to take their food, you have to eat their food, you have to get their food shipments to your home, and you have to drink nasty shakes, or you have to take a ton of pills to try to lose weight, and all of this different stuff. No, this is a plan that is real food, foods that we eat, it is, basic life stuff, and it's not some made up plan that is false, right? It's not fake, I'm not here to share my story with you and to be fake and to be untruthful with you. I'm here to tell you my real life, real happening story that is my reality. And if you are looking for a new reality and you're looking for a transformation, I'm a coach, and I would love to talk to you about your issues. What is your main problem when it comes to weight loss, and all of that. And really to get to know you, because I think you have to feel good about the person you work with. You have to feel a connection. You have to feel their truth. You have to feel wanted by them. You have to feel that you can work with them, because they are bringing you new and innovative ideas and ways in which you can lose the weight all on your own, and you're not threatening your health by eating less food, or you're not threatening your health by eating food that doesn't agree with you or something like that. So I want to, put that out there for you guys. And also, I will see you guys next week, Thursday. I'm going to start for this year putting a video up every Thursday. So I'll be dropping down a new video every Thursday. And I'll see you next week with some more great content for you to live by. Okay? Talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye, my loves. Bye.